Let's get back to honoring this Veterans Day. It is a very special mission underway to bring the remains of a veteran back home to his family. Marty Rust died in Connecticut earlier this year. His family here in the Chicago area wanted to bring him back home in time for Veterans Day, and that is becoming a reality today. Marty was a decorated combat photographer in the Vietnam War. We spoke to his cousin, Jacqueline Agee. She says Marty distanced himself from his family when he lost his brother, who also served in Vietnam. At 75 years old, Marty died this past September with no one he knew around him. Jacqueline reached out for help on social media, and Connecticut's Patriot Guard answered.
I do find it amazing that he's being honored on coming home on Veterans Day, which is, he definitely deserves that.
It is quite the backstory. So a pilot with connections to the Connecticut Patriot Guard is carrying Marty's remains on an airplane and arriving at O'Hare later this morning. And joining me now is Gregg Barrett, the state captain of the Connecticut Patriot Guard Riders. Gregg, thank you so much for joining us this morning. This is such an incredible thing that you helped orchestrate for Mr. Rust and his family. How did you and your organization get involved?
Yeah, it's a pleasure being with us. It was our honor. I got the call from Jacqueline that said her loved one had passed away in Connecticut, and could I get him back to Chicago? And my first initial reaction was sure, but I have no idea how I'm going to do that, quite frankly. But I knew, hearing the story and about Marty and how he was estranged from his family, that it was our obligation and our honor to get him home safely. And so with our great network of Patriot Guard riders here in Connecticut and other areas, and the help of a United States Air Force major, we were able to put this all together and have him escorted everywhere he was in Connecticut. And it's our honor to get him back to the family today.
We are watching the images of this, of how far you have all gone in order to be able to honor him and his service and really his family now. How do you coordinate all of that?
It's really a team effort. I mean, I'm the air traffic controller here, but from our members who did an escort from where he was located to the funeral home, from reaching out to our different networks of people within the Patriot Guard, people outside of that, telling the story about this loved one that needed to have honor and respect and died alone, and that the family in Chicago was so desperate to not mail him home. And as soon as we heard that, we said, we're going to make this happen. And when you reach out to people with this story, the Patriot Guard riders will do anything, anytime, anywhere for anybody. And the families asked us what they can do to appreciate us. And quite frankly, the answer is simple. It's our honor to do so.
It is just incredible. We were reading the story yesterday. There was not a dry eye in the newsroom just because of how distraught that family was when they found out that their loved one, that Mr. Rust, had died alone, and that you went through such an effort in order to bring him back home and honorably. Thank you so much. Gregg Barrett, this is just an incredible story, incredible what you do, and I wish there was a way that we could pay it back. Is there any way?
I would say, number one, if anybody wants to be a member of the Patriot Guard Riders, you don't have to be a veteran or a first responder. You only need to show respect to our veterans and first responders, and it's free. There's no membership, there's no dues. And what happens is we would put out an email and talk about one of the missions with Marty, and you come out and hold a flag and you show support of our veterans. So anybody can do that. So that would be repaying us, both I know from Chicago and Indiana, and they'll be receiving him today, to all the states. We always need volunteers, and it's non-denominational. If you can show respect to our veterans and first responders, we'd love to have you out there, and that would be a great way to repay and pay it forward to others going.
Well, we'll make sure to put that on our website as well. And you are a veteran, sir, so thank you also for your service. We appreciate you as well.
Thank you. I appreciate it.